there actually really truly is an opportunity. I mean, with me being a part of the Crows, it's like, all right, ding, 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 like there it is, you know?
The Black Lives Matter protests definitely inspired some of the way we handled the season, in particular with the Crows.
Yeah, just with everything that's going on right now with Black Lives Matter and really just trying to call to light all of the systemic issues that we have with our police in this country, and finding out that we were gonna also be playing that exact same narrative on our show, I found it to definitely be very, very interesting, because there actually really truly is an opportunity.
Come season 2, we purposefully wanted to make sure that Ryan's point of view on how she feels about the Crows was very clear. And it was based on her backstory with the Crows. They arrested her for something she didn't do.
You're gonna tell Safiyah to give my daughter back.
Got a report of a guy lurking around East End with a spiky pole.
Doesn't concern you, Batwoman.
That's so, because he's hanging off my line. So why don't you tell me what kind of fish I caught?
There's an item I'm looking for. It's gonna help me find my daughter. The woman holding her captive doesn't want me to find it.
Safiyah? She sent this guy.
Weapon fits the MO of her assassins. But I'll confirm after you hand him over now.
I don't take orders from Crows. And I got a better shot at finding KK before you do. All Crows are bastards.
We had already cast a Black Batwoman, so it just felt like the time was right to do this and kind of just be on the nose about it. And so Ryan's opinion as Batwoman is all Crows are bastards. And it makes a great dynamic between Ryan and Sophie, because Sophie's a Black woman and she's a high-level ranking member of the Crows. And she's really smart and very competent and cool.
When Batwoman just brings to light, you know, to Sophie, telling her like, hey, the Crows, you guys are a little corrupt. You guys are, you know, all Crows are bastards. Like there's a problem in that system that's going on. I think for Sophie personally, it's very much just like, wait, what? She doesn't want to believe it, because this has literally been the establishment that has helped her to get out of her own crazy situation back in the day and bring her to a place where she's got a little bit of power, a little bit of money, and a little bit of a great career. So hearing that from Batwoman, that wait a minute, this establishment that's helped me to be who I am, there's something wrong with it, that's extremely problematic for her. And now she's starting to question it. She's like, wait, what?
Hell to the no. No. Working with the Crows makes my skin crawl. Screw that. No.
It's not like we're hosting them a fundraiser.
Trust me. We make a deal that sounds good, they'll break it.
Not if we're dealing with Sophie.
Sophie has hauled my ass in for questioning so many times she knows my damn coffee order. No. We talk some sense into her, please.
We're at a dead end, Ryan. Look, I'm sorry, but you're outvoted.
I get it. You want Kate back. But the Crows have tried to ruin my life for fun. I'm not helping them. I think the moment between Luke and Ryan connecting, Luke talking about his father and her talking about her journey, is super important in their relationship, because I think anytime you lose someone as close as a parent, and then you meet someone else who has also suffered the same loss, you have this like unspoken connection, and it's immediate.
I think the reason that Ryan and Luke had that shared bonding moment was for a couple of reasons. It was because Luke, even though he's been so hard and critical on her this season so far, he knows that he's being too hard on her. Like, he knows. And although that doesn't mean that he's gonna completely stop being hard on her, he knows that being so hard on Ryan is sort of slowing them down. So in this one clash of the two Titans, Luke and Ryan here, he knows that it's so hard for her to trust the Crows, and Luke actually fully understands that. This actually might be one of the only things that they completely agree on so far this season, that they both want to find Kate, but they also don't want to work with the Crows.
Ryan having lost her mother, and Luke having to have lost his father by two entities that in Ryan's mind are the same. the Wonderland gang and the Crows might as well all be the same thing, you know what I mean? So to have these two dark entities both take both of their parents from them, you know, Ryan's mom and Luke's dad, it's this automatic connection, and it makes her trust him. It makes her say, okay, there's a lot going on here. I know we have layers and layers that we need to get through, but I can see that you know what I've been through, and I know what you've been through, and this is our connection.
You know, Mary's the monkey in the middle. She's trying to appease Luke to work with Ryan, and Ryan doesn't trust Luke because she knows that he hates her. And I'm just trying to keep us together, to keep us as a unit.
And pushed him too hard, now we're at a dead end.
Maybe not. We've been surveilling a suspect we've linked to the Napier, and we just got a hit on this location. A group called The Collective is having a special exhibition tomorrow night to auction the painting off.
Why now?
Word must have gotten back to the owner about the body that dropped the other night. Too much heat. You doing anything tomorrow night?
You looking for a date to this thing?
We don't have an insider, but we need someone with no connection to the Crows who can infiltrate the event and grab the Napier without getting caught.
I go alone. No Crows at the location, no surveillance. And I want you directly in charge of any Crows assigned to this mission. This is a one-off. We're not partners.
Although Luke doesn't want to do this, he knows that if he sort of opens up to her finally and sort of shows Ryan where he's coming from, that she'll understand that they sort of need the Crow's help to find Kate. Neither of these people want to do this. And I think out of anyone in Gotham, Luke and Ryan Wilder probably hate the Crows more than anyone. But I think they needed this moment to fully trust each other for a quick second, because Luke hasn't really trusted Ryan the entire season and still doesn't fully trust her. And Ryan, even though she's trying to impress Luke, she doesn't fully trust his judgment either, because she knows that Luke is a bit blinded by his desire of finding Kate so badly. So they needed this moment to sort of come together heart to heart and realize where each other's coming from, for once, finally.
So, because I trust you, I'm going to do something that I normally would not do, because I trust that you are making this decision with the experience of what we've had for this to still be your decision. For the Crows to have taken your dad's life and you still feel like working with the Crows is a good decision, I trust you. And really then when you start to see more layers of Luke and you start to see past his like protective armor that he wears so nicely, that's when Ryan's really able to start connecting with him, because that's what they have in common.
So I ran a spectral analysis to isolate the original canvas underneath the Gore. I think it's a painting of ocean currents. You were right.
The Joker splattered some poor guy all over a map to Coryana.
Yeah, but we'll need to restore the canvas to locate the island.
But that means...
You're gonna need to steal it.
In episode 5, like, my favorite scene was the dress-up scene. The makeover montage scene where Mary gets to just be alive and at her best in her playground. She dresses Ryan up in a dress that we see in episode 18. That Mary wears that same dress, and she sort of shares her clothes with Ryan, and Ryan just looks absolutely stunning and confident, and in a way that we've never seen her before. And we get her ready for to meet Evan Blake or Wolf Spider, and it was so delectable. We had so much fun just spinning her around, and it's like you look at your girl and she's made up and you know she looks good, and it just filled me with such a sense of pride and fun, and I really love that development of their relationship.
Badges of the Crows who did this.
It's not enough. Burn it all down, girl, the whole thing.
I can't do that. I believe in the mission of the Crows.
An organization that decides what justice is based on who can pay the most money? That beats information out of its suspects, that runs someone over for stealing a painting. That's what you believe in.
You think 2 men losing their jobs isn't enough? You're right, but I'm fighting to change the culture.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. But if you want to party with me, add your badge to that little pal over there. Until then, this partnership is over.
What about the painting? Our forensics team is still working on it. Don't you want to know where Coryana is?
We'll see who gets there first.
Early on, Sophie starts to see Batwoman as a total badass, and I think she just really appreciates the symbol itself. And she has a longer time really embracing Ryan, and Ryan certainly has a very hard time embracing Sophie. But I think the fun of the season and what's awesome about having all of these episodes is we really get to tell a rich story about the two of them coming together and seeing eye to eye.
I do wish that it could have just been like, with the GCPD, but, and I'm saying that selfishly because I love the Crows, but because the GCPD doesn't have a large presence on our show, I understood that it has to be with the Crows. And honestly, it is an honor to be able to play that so that I can hopefully educate others so that they know what the heck is going on in our country. Being able to play that, I feel like it's going to speak to a lot of people for sure. So it's a great opportunity that we get to do it on our show.
We try to figure out what Safiyah did to us and why.
Looks like you're not as fast as you think, buddy boy. You're getting pretty bad back there.
You all right?
So yeah, I was on the road.
What's with you?
Nothing.
When we started the show last season, I never imagined Alice would have a love story. She would use them in her own interest, but I didn't think she would ever love anyone in any real sort of way beyond her sister. And also at that point, I knew who they'd cast as Ocean, and he was very handsome, so I was totally fine with having to smooch him.
What Alice and Ocean will experience now moving forward is this sort of eternal sunshine of the spotless mind relationship where the audience is privy to things that happened to them in the past and they're sort of reliving them in present day. But Alice, being Alice, is so scared of having any type of feelings that, we'll get to watch her sort of fumble through these sort of romantic feelings that are starting to bubble up.
She had a love affair with her sister, and it, obviously it's a platonic love affair, but it was a love affair nonetheless, in all the good and all the bad. And it really grounded Alice for me because she cared about someone. So obviously losing the Kate Kane character for now, I was worried that Alice would just sort of be flapping out in the wind and would have no grounding element, and especially having lost Mouse, or murdered him rather. So to introduce Ocean as someone that she loved and was connected to and grounded by was really exciting for me, which I think is really, really important when you're playing a larger than life character. You have to have something that grounds them in humanity, that makes them relatable, that makes them redeemable. I think that's why people loved Alice the first season.
Yeah, at the end of episode 5, Ryan really has it out with Luke, and it creates a bit of a fissure in their dynamic. Ryan is mad at herself really because she went against her gut instinct and she went along with what Luke and Mary wanted, and ultimately they were wrong and Ryan was right, and somebody got really hurt as a result of it. And so Ryan's pissed, and that tension and disagreement continues into the next episode. And Ryan also is harboring this huge secret from Luke, which is, I was shot with a kryptonite bullet and I am like really sick. And part of the reason she's keeping the secret is because she disagrees with him on a lot of these fundamental things, because he's not seeing her with the respect that she has earned, in my opinion, or that she believes she deserves. He's seeing her as a stand-in until Kate gets back.